Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Disney Morning Show. I am Kyle, the editorial director for LaughingPlace.com, and joining me today is Tony.
Hello, everybody.
We are going to discuss the latest Disney news, including lots of stuff that's happening around the website. But first, are there any hellos? I saw top of the morning. Is that the only thing?
That's the only one we got so far, and it is definitely Fred saying top of the morning to you.
Well, we are live, so if I see a second comment, Tony.
The second one came up that it's Avatar Week and SpongeBob. And we don't really care, but some people care about SpongeBob. I'd go see SpongeBob before I saw Avatar.
I can't believe how long SpongeBob's been around for. It's kind of mind-blowing.
So the fact that people say it's like a 90s kids show, and I'm like, barely. It was like the fall of 99 when it came out. So
yeah, so when people say 90s kids, is that like us that lived through all of the 90s or born in the 90s?
That's what I think. I think 90s kids are kids who definitely grew up and came of age in the 90s. If you were born in 1994, that's like me saying I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 84. So what I remember is basically like 88 to now.
I feel like I'm solidly a 90s kid. I was born in 86, so
for sure.
Anyway, we're going to not talk about how old we are. We are going to get started with the way we do every show. A look at the Disney stock price. The last time
I've done it again. So
Tony.
Yep. Whatever that group was. That's right. Yeah. I think there was an accent on the E on because it was T-O-N-Y, and then T-O-N-E with the accent.
Yeah. Anyway, when we last did this, it was at 112.02. Let's take a look at it now. 111.80. So it fell just a tiny bit. Not too bad. Better than it was not too long ago. So we'll allow it.
Keep it.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I said keeping Zootopia on that marquee, but I'm laughing more at your green room reaction as soon as that clip started to play. Just going, nope, he knows better. Like,
yeah. See, Doobie just stops talking. I'm like, okay, time to move on. Wait, you're like, I still want to say something.
No, I have comments all the time.
Anyway, you're going to kick things off because we're going to discuss Disney water parks.
I am. Well, water parks, yes, technically there are two, but we'll only ever see one open for some reason.
Well, during the winter. It was during they actually did opening both during the summer. It was a big deal.
Oh, let's keep going because Disney has reinstated the water park season pass at $89 for adults, $83 for kids. You'll get discounts with that and admission, obviously, 20% on cabanas. And then it also includes one round of mini golf per the season. So you can only use it once, but for Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon with that. But that news came as we learned that Blizzard Beach was reopening on February 15th. But as you keep learning all about the water parks and the fun of that, we learned that Typhoon Lagoon is once again closing on February 14th with no reopening date. So hopefully they'll be back for the summer. But by that point in time, the season pass offer that has gone up today will be done because the passes are only valid until the early part of May.
Yeah. You know, Rebecca loves Typhoon Lagoon, and the fact that it's the last day of operation, I think, is February 14th. I half expect them to be spending Valentine's Day at Typhoon Lagoon this year before it closes.
It's the way they phrased it was funky, but it made it to be believed that it was after the end of operations on February 14th is when it's closing.
That would make sense. There's not unless it's cold. Then
that's true too. And cold being a loose term, because I know we had a cold snap recently that closed the water parks, but the high was still like 71. And it was average like 68 during the day. So,
well, we got news that a live action Gaston movie is in the works. This script is being written by Dave Callahan, while Michelle Redjuan is producing. There's no director involved yet. There was apparently a previous draft that was written by Kate Herron and Bryony Redman. And the idea would be that this would be a completely new actor, new Gaston, not connected to Luke Evans, who played it in the 2017 movie. You might remember there was supposed to be a Disney Plus series with Luke Evans and Josh Gad about Gaston and LeFou, and then that was indefinitely delayed, which means it's not happening. One of so many Josh Gad, for being a Disney legend, he really cannot get a project off the ground at the studio.
I was going to make the joke that this one won't have Josh Gad in it, from what it sounds like, so it might get off the ground.
Yeah. So obviously we don't know. They developed it. They have so many things in development you would not believe. I know a friend of mine pitched for a movie that I think there might have been rumbles about, but it's been years and nothing's happened. So this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll go forward, but we'll see.
Moving forward, though, forward into the ocean, the Disney Adventure has completed its sea trials, which means the shipbuilder Meyer Werft is handed over official ownership to Disney Cruise Line ahead of its maiden voyage on March 10th. As it was previously reported March 10th, but it was kind of vague today when they showed these pictures off that it was March of 2026. So maybe another delay. I don't know, but as of right now, it's still March 10th. So yeah, handed over the ownership. Now Disney's in charge of the operations of it.
He said it's your problem now.
Basically, yeah, and that giant ship that they acquired from that other company is officially Disney's problem now. Yes.
Yeah, after they apparently fixed the issues from when it started sea trials.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going on for sea trials and we're delaying the ship. Okay, well, we all know how that went. MetaQuest. This is you, isn't it?
Nope.
No, it doesn't say Tony next to it.
No, it
doesn't. You're right. I read too far down. Okay, well, MetaQuest. Disney Plus is coming to MetaQuest. So now you can watch Disney Plus even closer to your face and pretend that you're watching a big screen. I will say, so my wife's job, her company every year, or for the 2 years she's been there, give her like a list of things that she can choose a present from, and one of them is a MetaQuest. And she's like, should I get that so you can watch the Disney Plus on it? I'm like, no. I don't need to do that. But if you want to, and you already have one, you totally can. So
I would do it, but I have an escapism problem with certain video games. And you can, I think at least on the newer MetaQuest, you can access your Xbox through it. So you could go first person in said game, and yeah, it would be a problem.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I'm looking at this sheet, and I seriously read this all as one sentence. So I was just like, $16.99. I wonder how that's going to factor. And they're charging you more for Disney Plus on the MetaQuest. Anyway, let's find out what's actually $16.99.
Actually, $16.99 is a new Squishmallow bag clip featuring everybody's favorite figment of your imagination, Figment. What I'm not seeing are two tiny wings, but I do definitely see the eyes big and yellow and the horns of a steer, and a Squishmallow is quite a lovable fellow. That's a lot of rhyming going on there. Sorry. But there's the two tiny wings.
They were too tiny. He's too chubby. You couldn't see him.
This was spotted at the Creation Shop over at EPCOT, but I would assume they're also going to be in the gift shop at the Imagination Pavilion too.
You would hope.
And they're $16.99.
It's better than some Figment merch that has come out lately.
What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? What?
Like, it sounds like you have a specific.
You saw the photo of the T-shirt that had Figment, like the AA picture.
No,
not alcohol.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah.
The audio animatronic. Yeah.
When you said AA, I didn't think audio animatronic at first.
Yeah, that's my fault. Well, speaking of toys or merchandise, yesterday there was a latest Hasbro stream revealing some new Marvel figures. A lot of them were a collection for Deadpool and Wolverine, which there's some cool ones in there. But the one that I wanted to highlight, and I will pull off the screen so you don't see me scrolling rapidly, is one for Tony Stark. It seems like maybe it could be for Valentine's Day. It's an I Love You 3000 toy that has a pink and reddish Iron Man with a heart in his arc reactor. He has a rose. And then they were also saying during the stream that like inside the box, because this is one of those that like opens like a book, and that inside cover has a place where you can write a message. So yeah, perfect for Valentine's Day. If you have a Marvel fan in your life, this will be available for pre-orders in a couple of days, and it'll retail at $35. And then of course there's also this cool Kitty Pryde Colossus. And then there's a really cool Deadpool coming up. I'm sure it'll be really expensive, but it's basically a Deadpool that mimics the opening scene of Deadpool and Wolverine. So it's got like all sorts of adamantium bones and stuff that you can pick up and he can play with. He's got Wolverine's claws. It's pretty fun, but you could find out so much more about those over on our article. Fire and Ash.
Yeah, taken to the skies above Disneyland Paris, or more specifically, the Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris, for a limited time only, and it's so limited that it ends tomorrow, apparently. The Avatar Fire and Ash drone show is taking place at the park above, apparently, what is Paradise, or not Paradise Bay, that's in California, Adventure Bay, beyond the construction walls of the Walt Disney Studios Paris as it becomes Disney Adventure World. Excuse me, goodness gracious. But Paris does their drones right, and there it is. Like, that looks stunning.
And this is from DLP Welcome, by the way. This is not our video. We didn't send anybody to Paris this time. So thank you to DLP Welcome for this video.
But absolutely astounding. And then there's another part later on where there's actually like live pyro off of the drones too. I don't know. I've seen our show here at Disney Springs in Florida, and then I saw the one in Paris, and I just, what are you doing, Disney Springs? It's what I have to say. But yeah, that's
pretty cool.
Crazy to me.
What I meant to do is compare this to the video from the premiere. I imagine it's basically the same show, but I haven't actually confirmed that, and I should have confirmed that. But yeah, looks very cool. So sad that it's only for a very limited time. But gorgeous. I'm sure they'll do more of those. In fact, they're incorporating lots of drones, including water drones, into the new show that's coming there when the new park name takes over.
Is it water drones, or is it those things we saw on that Imagineering video?
I don't remember exactly what phrase they used. And I don't think it was those, though, because they made it sound like it was, because they're not animatronics. They called them drones.
Okay.
But I think they called them like aqua drones or something. Anyway, a little closer to home, if you can't go to Paris, maybe you can go to Martha's Vineyard, but not the one in New England, the one at Disney's Beach Club. They have a few new items over at this location. First off, there's house-made chips, crispy potato chips with cheese sauce, red onions, and tomatoes. Then there's shaved beef sliders with pickled onions, horseradish, cream, served with house-made chips. And then finally, this one, a very unique menu item. Can't get this anywhere else. Buffalo glazed wings served with celery sticks and blue cheese dip. So yeah,
just because they're glazed and not covered?
I don't know. All of these sound like pretty generic menu items, but you can find them over at the Martha's Vineyard at Disney's Beach Club Resorts.
Have you ever done like a Disney World bar crawl?
I don't drink, so no.
That's right. Okay, sorry. Never mind. No, Martha's Vineyard's a good spot for any kind of Disney World bar crawl, and it's oft overlooked. So,
yeah. And then the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend is coming up, and they've given us a first look at some of the merchandise will be available at the Health and Fitness Expo. These are things that you can purchase beyond what's included with your running package. The expo opens January 7th and runs through the 10th, because you have to go the day before, at least a day before your race, because otherwise, Tony's got stuff.
Sorry. Oh, there we go. That's the generic Run Disney one, but I saw the other event specific one in the pictures.
Yeah. So very cool. Is Morgan doing any races this time?
No, not to my knowledge. But that's already long sold out. So if she isn't doing it, then it's
exactly. They do sell out quickly. So anyway, we're going to look at the Disney. I know it's not Monday, but since this is the first show of the week, we will check out the Disney.
Will the Santa Claus be on it?
We'll find out. I have a feeling that it might. So first, we have Home Alone. Taylor Swift finally made it to the top 10. We were talking about this last week. We're like, why isn't she in there? Now that is in there. By the way, TVMA. So this shows that this is Disney Plus and it's a TVMA. Very interesting. The Santa Claus, the original, is in third. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Number 4, Santa Claus 2. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, The Final Show. Number 8, and then Mickey's Twice Upon a this poster is confusing. Mickey's Upon Twice a Christmas is how I was trying to read this.
Okay, I was like, no, it's Twice Upon a Christmas.
Right, but like they gave it like all right. And then Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw, which we're gonna get to Sorcerer Streak later, but they are wearing Santa hats. I'm counting this as a Christmas movie. There are Christmas lights in the key art, so just so everyone's aware. But we will get to that in a minute. First,
and I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, apparently Avatar is not, because Benji did the review for this, and his headline is Avatar Fire and Ash continues to elevate the blockbuster franchise. His final paragraph, Avatar Fire and Ash doesn't just justify its existence, it elevates the entire saga. It is bold, emotionally resonant, technically astounding, and remarkably confident in its storytelling. Against all odds, it stands as one of the greatest films ever made. And he gives Avatar Fire and Ash 5 out of 5 stars. What do you think, Tony?
Citizen Kane, Wet Hot American Summer, Avatar Fire and Ash. Greatest films ever made.
Yes. And the boss just asked me if I could post his review and then realized that I had posted it. Also, another review, Rebecca did this one of the recent 30 for 30 Booyah, a portrait of Stuart Scott.
I'm not big on sports stuff, ESPN. This has my attention, and I do want to watch this, mostly because I loved Stuart Scott on I Love the 80s and all those shows.
Yeah, no, Stuart Scott, and you've probably used his catchphrases, whether you knew it or not. But her final paragraph is, while my husband and I, which that means Doobie, wept during the stories of his death and the remembrances from the friends and family, the documentary ultimately left us with the beauty of his enduring legacy. Stuart Scott's devotion to being authentically himself leaves an imprint far beyond the screen, one that continues to inspire athletes, broadcasters, and audiences alike. So you can check that out on, I guess, the ESPN app. They'll probably rerun it as well, but yeah. And the rest. Well, the 2026 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts is coming up, and we got a little bit of news yesterday about it. Tim Rogerson has been named the official poster artist for the festival. We didn't see what it is yet, but he did say that, or unless that's it in the picture, because he did say that it's called One Colorful Spark, which can you believe that they're going to include Figment as part of the merchandise for this?
Well, usually these are on sale at the event too, but they're what looks like a bigger mural condensed, so that very well could be it behind him there. So yeah. But yeah, so Figment, of course, will be featured as part of this, and the festival runs from January 16th through February 23rd. And currently, it's the International Festival of the Holidays, and you can watch Jeremiah do a cookie stroll yesterday if you go check our lives. Nice. So do that because it was funny. Tony, I know we're going to do this day in Disney history in just a bit, but I didn't include this one on it, but it's a big day in Disney history because 10 years ago today, Disney Springs tweeted this message that says, thinking about camping out for Star Wars? Think again. Disney Springs is not accessible to guests until 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is a legendary tweet just because it's so rude for Disney. And I wrote an entire essay about it that you can read right now on our site. And you can also listen to it on the latest episode of the On Balance podcast. But I've seriously been checking to see every once in a while, see if this tweet is still there. And then as it got close, I'm like, 10 years next year. I had Slack alert, made sure that I did not miss this 10-year anniversary.
So, and I published it first thing this morning before anybody else.
You shared that with me, and I either forgot that tweet existed or never was aware of that. But yeah, that is, yeah. But now I feel like, and you kind of talk about this, that's almost par for the course with some things that we get now.
Things.
Yeah.
They were trying to be universal and it failed. But then Benji's essay in the latest episode is about Warner Brothers. And now that it looks like Warner Brothers Discovery is getting acquired, does that make Disney the next target? And what does all this mean for Disney in general? So you can check out his thoughts on this big entertainment topic over on Laughing Place. And then if you were watching Disney Trivia Live, whenever the heck that was, you'll know that we did an Avatar quiz at the request of Jim Cameron. So now we've turned that live quiz into a playable quiz. So if you missed it or you just want to play again and get a perfect score, you can test your knowledge of the Avatar franchise with our latest quiz. And then yesterday, or a couple days ago, Mike was at an event featuring Mr. Brainwash, who you might know if you've ever seen Exit Through the Gift Shop. Got a new Disney collaboration. So Mike got to go check out this museum space, and it looks like Mr. Brainwash himself was there, and looks pretty interesting. So definitely worth your time to go check out all of Mike's coverage.
Where was that
at? In Beverly Hills. There's a museum there.
That's
and then bring it all back. Yeah. Gimme. Bring it all back to Avatar. Benji had a chance to sit down with James Cameron himself, and we've got video proof. So you can check out his video interview. He also put it into kind of expanded upon what he learned from it in this article. And then we also got a video of him interviewing 3 of the younger actors, Trinity Bliss, Bailey Bass, and Jack Champion.
Is it bad that as you scrolled, I was like, why is there a Percy Jackson video in the post?
Yeah, it does kind of look like that's got to be Percy Jackson.
Yep.
I could see that. Anyway, you ready for your quiz?
Yeah, speaking of quiz, if there's any trivia tonight, did it again. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I don't believe that there is trivia tonight. I think there's going to be a Barely Necessities, but you're going to have to deal with your boy. So. All right, Tony.
You got through the video.
On this day in 1963, an actor was born. His Disney credits include Coco, Disney's Doctor Strange, and he is also recently at Disneyland's Candlelight Procession.
Benjamin Bratt?
Benjamin Bratt, yes. Would you have gotten it if I didn't tell you the candlelight part?
I would have guessed it from Coco, yeah. I went Doctor Strange out the door.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
On this day, 1983, a 24-minute short was released to theaters. It accompanied a re-release of a Disney classic.
Mickey's Christmas Carol?
Mickey's Christmas Carol. Do you know what movie it was attached to?
Re-release? I'm guessing Pinocchio?
No.
No.
Rescuers.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess if you count back 7 years from when the Rescuers came out, it would be a multiple of that, because I think that's what
that's fair. Because I'm thinking, because that was around when the VHS decision was made, and they had re-released Pinocchio, and it did so well that was why it was chosen as one of the first VHS releases as the classic. Anyway, moving on.
Also on this day, 1983, the first one of these happened at Walt Disney World.
First day, 1983. First one of these at Walt Disney World.
Something that still happens to this day, but usually starts much earlier. Maybe not that much earlier, but much earlier.
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party?
Yep.
Not Vicky's.
Not Vicky's. Nope. Vicky is not involved as far as we know. 1983. So this day in 2016, a movie was released. Stars Felicity Jones, Mads Mikkelsen, Ben Mendelsohn, Forrest Whitaker, Diego Luna, Donnie Yen, Alan Tudyk.
Rogue One?
Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The first Star Wars story. One of the most well-received Disney-released Star Wars movies, I'd say. On this day in 2019, something opened at Walt Disney World. Not in a theme park.
Oh, that threw me then. Okay. Something opened at Walt Disney World 2019, not in a theme park?
Yeah.
Hotel?
Yeah.
The Villas at Grand Floridian?
No.
The villas.
No villas.
No villas?
Well,
Wow, okay.
At least villa's not in the name. What
Oh,
if I
the
said,
Riviera.
yeah, I was going to say Red Robin, yum. Because the logo is the R.
Yeah.
R. And then finally, on this day in 2022, a movie was released. You should need nothing else than that.
This day 2022?
Yeah.
Goodness. 3 years ago.
Kind of the theme of this episode.
Avatar, The Way of Water?
Avatar, The Way of Water, yeah. Nice work. Now we're going to check out Sorcerer Streak. Season 6 of Sorcerer Streak is happening right now, and even though I opened it on the wrong tab and need to change that, here we go. So yesterday's question was, will Fire and Ash be fresh or rotten at 10 a.m. on Tuesday? We have 3 minutes. Let's see if it's there yet. I think we're close enough. 71%, not as fresh as I would have thought given Benji's review, but still fresh. So if you guessed fresh, congratulations. If you guessed fresh or yes, as it was for a little bit yesterday, congratulations to you. Let's check out today's question is how many movies will, with a Christmas theme, and Home Alone counts, and I'm going to say that Diary of a Wimpy Kid counts. What?
How is Home Alone not a Christmas movie?
I don't know. He just felt the need to specify.
Okay.
I'm going to have to write the questions for the next few days after this one, but this one I can't take credit for. Anyway, how many of these will be in the Disney Plus top 10? Your choices, you can't see them because I'm not logged in, but it's 7 or more, or 6 or less, or 6 or fewer. So place your bets. I think let's go back to the Disney Plus top 10 and see. I think that there were 7 today.
You know what my hot take is for what's a Christmas movie?
What?
Catch Me If You Can.
It takes place in lots of different times.
Every time they encounter each other, it's at Christmas. He makes the phone call on Christmas. He gets arrested and caught on Christmas. He sees his mom moved on without him at Christmas. So.
Oh, I guess I already had it up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I would count 7 today. So bet on what you think will happen tomorrow. And then going back to the streak, let's take a look at the leaderboard for this season so far. It's still early in the season, but actually it's not as early as you think. Jeremy Parker, the GOAT, coming back, number 1 with a streak of 6. Nikki with 5. Don't know if she's on a current streak or not. That's kind of part of the game here. Doobie is in 3rd. Our featured player, Bill Galzel, has yet to get a single one right, which is impressive because he has 6 wrong. So that means he's had 6 wrong in a row, which is just as hard to do as getting 6 right.
That's still a streak.
Yeah, we're gonna reinvent the game here on the fly. But anyway, Sorcerer Streak, play it on Laughing Place. We're not doing winners and losers. That's from before. So that is the end of the show.
You don't want to wait 30 seconds and check about
We're going to wait 30 seconds and do a refresh and see if anything is new. What's happening with you, Tony? Anything exciting?
Not a lot, but I want to know what your hot take for what a Christmas movie is that's not a Christmas movie.
I don't know if I have any hot takes about such things. I'm trying to think of ones that would fall into that category.
Okay, Die Hard is the big one that everybody argues.
Not Home Alone. That's a good point. Like, yeah, you can argue the technicalities of things, of it happening on Christmas versus having the ethos of Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I am more of like, if you want to say it's a Christmas movie, whatever, but it's not something that evokes Christmas. So, I mean, whereas Home Alone, like, yeah, the fact that it's Christmas is a big part of it. Whereas, I mean, I guess you could say to a certain degree that is for, like, they're at a holiday party. He's coming in but it's still, so I think that one actually has a stronger argument than some other ones that just happen on Christmas.
And like, there's Christmas music in the soundtrack. Like, Gio brings up, don't forget Gremlins.
haven't actually seen it, but I am aware
I
of
haven't
its
seen it in a very,
Christmassness.
very long time. So, yeah.
Ship log. Oh, this is just the same photo, although it might be better quality. You might want to update your featured image and
Okay, noted.
see if they're not as pixelated after you remove them from here. But yeah, that's all we got for you. I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow yet. I have not looked at the schedule, and just depends on how things go. But thank you all for joining
And it
us.
might be me again.
If it's anybody, it won't be Doobie. How about that? If anyone's here, it might be Tony, could be Luke, could be Benji. Benji even volunteered, but I haven't taken him up on it yet. Yeah. So anyway, we will see you soon enough. Bye, everybody.